Hey Jacob, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing pretty good. My name's Michael. I'm a student physical therapist at UNLV. How you doing today?
Doing alright.
Yeah, I hear you're coming in for some hip pain, groin pain, kind of in this region right here.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Can you kind of show me where the pain's at and how it feels?
It's really right in the front of my hip. I've been training for a marathon and it's just really been bugging me. It's been pretty sharp pain.
Okay, so training for a marathon, that's pretty big. Have you ran any marathons before?
I have not.
So this is the first time?
Yeah.
But you have been running, obviously, for a
Yeah,
while.
but definitely been running more than I've ever tried to before.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. So when you're running, just curious, is there a particular part of when you're running where the pain hurts the most, or just the whole time, or how does that feel?
It's kind of just all the time, but I think when I'm like pushing off, it really hurts the most.
Okay.
Front.
All right. That's good to know. Have you noticed any weakness from running on that side compared to the other?
Not that I've noticed.
Okay. Would you say that the pain is getting worse or better as you've been training more?
It's been just continually getting worse. That's why I came in and to see you. Hopefully you can help me out.
Yeah. Do you notice any clicking or popping in your hip?
No, I don't notice any of that.
Okay. I also noticed in your chart that you had a back injury about 2 years ago, and you went to PT for that with some SI joint and some hip stuff. Does that feel like it's the same issue, or is it kind of different?
It feels like it's something different.
Okay, so it's more isolated here versus.
Yeah, last time it was all throughout my low back, and this time it's definitely kind of my front of my hip.
Front of the hip. Okay. Did you think that PT helped you in the past?
Yeah, I think it helps. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I like to hear that.
Yeah, I get some pain occasionally, but that's just because I don't do my exercise like I should, stuff.
Fair enough. Well, we'll hopefully change that here. So when you do your trainings now, can you give me an example of what your week looks like? How often are you training? What types of stuff do you do?
I'm mostly just running. I try to run 5 days a week, mixing up different sessions. And I've been trying to increase my mileage recently just to get more miles under my feet. So I probably do like 30 miles running a week right now.
Okay, so that's a lot. I'm assuming that's definitely more than what you're used to.
I've run like that a long time ago, but not recently.
Okay.
Not since my pregnancy.
Sounds good. Okay. Oh, so you've had pregnancy recently?
Yeah.
Within the last 2 years, I think on your chart it says, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just a few more questions and we'll start checking some things out. So, have you noticed any numbness or tingling involved in that area of the hip or in the groin?
No.
No, nothing like that? What about any morning stiffness?
It can be pretty stiff sometimes, but not it loosens up a
Okay.
little bit.
What about any constipation or menstrual changes?
No.
Okay. Well, I think that we're ready for some assessments, so let's go ahead and stand up. I have a stool here to help get down.
Alright.
So first what I want to do is just kind of check your posture and overall stature.
Okay.
So right now I'm just going to assess some things. Go ahead and face that wall for me. I'm just going to go ahead. Is it okay if I place my hands on your hips? I'm going to feel for your hip alignment.
Sure.
Okay. Feels pretty symmetrical. I'm not going to be pushing too hard. I don't want to inflame anything. All right, go ahead and bend forward and try to touch the ground in front of you. Okay. Okay, you can stand back up. Go ahead and reach back. Feeling pain in any of those?
No, that's alright.
Sure?
Well, when I really extend my hip, yeah, it's painful.
Okay.
Just some of that pain.
Yeah, look a little hesitant, so just making sure.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and try side bending. Each side. That should be alright.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Okay. Let's do one more little rotation test. That looks pretty good too. Doesn't seem like you have too much loss of range of motion, but I did see a little hesitation when you kind of leaned really far back.
Yeah, I didn't like.
Felt like something was getting stretched or
pulling
something.
that, Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good to know. So what I want you to do now is we're gonna hop back up on the table.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a few tests and measurements on you. We're just gonna see how much we can move your hip around and some other factors that might be affecting you. So we're on your right hip, so go ahead and put your head down here, so your right leg is gonna be in the air.
Okay. So on my side.
Yep, on your side for me. So what I wanna do first is just some range of motion, and I'm not gonna go do anything crazy. I'm gonna hold your leg up, and you're gonna rest it on me, and I just want you to bring it up as far as you can, and then we're gonna go the opposite and go as back as far as we can.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not gonna help you, I'm just gonna hold your leg up. So go ahead and bring it up. Okay, and now let's go back.
That's painful.
Felt some pain doing that on your own? How about I'm gonna go ahead and do that on my own, and you don't have to do anything, just let me move your leg, okay?
Okay.
Any pain with that way?
A
little bit.
A little bit.
And then what about this way?
Yeah, it's painful.
Still painful when I do it?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is something that I'm glad that we kind of figured out. What I want to do next is while you're laying sideways, I'm going to do a test on your leg here. So just go ahead and let me hold it and relax for me.
Okay.
I'm just going to hold your pelvis here and we're going to let it just drop down. Feel any pain with that?
No.
It's all good? Okay, go ahead and lay on your back for me. We can relax for a second. So it seems like it could be something muscular related, just based off you contracting and relaxing and then extending it. Who knows? There's some stuff in there that could be getting compressed or the muscle strain, so we're going to do some more tests to decide that. What I want to do is some strength testing. So I'm going to have you sit up at the edge of the table here, and this should be pretty quick. Go ahead and just push into my hand here. Good. Okay, let's try this side now. Does it feel pretty strong, but does it feel like there's any pain?
There's some pain, not too bad.
Okay. So let's try the quads now. I want you to go ahead and just push into my hand. Good. Good. That should be decent. It felt pretty strong. Is it all right?
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right. Well, I think based off that, I'm gonna do a little neuro screen and just take this little brush and just see if we have any distribution patterns of the pain. I know you said it's kind of in this right hip area, and does it kind of follow any lines of pattern?
Yeah, it kind of aches down into the groin here.
Okay. All right. So we'll just get this out of the way. It'll be really fast. So I'm just gonna go ahead and brush it on your skin. I'm gonna brush it right here so you feel what it feels like.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna do it both sides with your eyes closed, and you just tell me if it feels the same or different.
All right.
Okay. Go ahead and close your eyes for me.
Same.
Same.
Same. Same. Same. Same. Same.
It all felt pretty similar.
Yeah.
All right. Quick and easy. Well, that's out of the way. So I think we are definitely leaning towards more muscular or structural inside the hip right there.
Okay.
So we're going to do a few more tests and hopefully we can get this figured out. So what I want you to do now is go ahead and lay on your stomach for me right here. I'm going to try to keep these nice and soft because I don't want to inflame anything, hurt you.
Can I take this pillow away?
Yes, you can. So I want you to do, we're going to start on the left side. I want you to lift this leg up, and I'm just going to push down and just resist me, okay?
Okay.
All right, ready? And resist. Good. And then let's do the other side. Okay, who's this? A little bit weaker on that side. Was it painful at all? Yes.
It was.
Also from laying table.
Yeah. Putting my leg back like that.
That hurt. Okay. Well, I want you to go ahead and flip over for me on your back. Do you want the pillow back?
Sure.
Okay. So with this right side, what I'm just gonna do is do some other tests. We might be thinking some hip labrum stuff. So I'm just gonna do a little log roll test here. Let me know if you feel any pain there. It feels all right. No clicking, no popping. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take your leg up. Let me know if this hurts.
Yeah.
Starts to hurt there.
Yeah.
Just keeping it nice and gentle for you. Right up there. Kind of starts to hurt.
There.
Okay. All right. So next, I want to try to see if what I'm thinking is correct. This might be a little bit irritating, but it's going to help us figure it out. So what I want you to do is just go ahead and raise up this right side, straighten your leg out, hold it there. I'm just going to push just very lightly. Starts to hurt. Okay, go ahead and relax. Let's try the other side. Oh yeah, much stronger on that side too. Okay, one last test and I'll stop messing with you and making you pain. All right, so what I want you to do is go ahead and take this knee, bend it, and bring it up to your chest, and go ahead and hold on to that knee.
Okay.
Go for it right there. Just pull it a little bit. Okay, we're seeing your knees kind of rising up. Is that because it's kind of hurting a little bit as it's stretching down?
Yeah, I don't really want to. It's painful.
It's painful. Okay, let's go ahead and drop this leg. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much what I needed to see from special testing. We can go ahead and have a seat. You can sit up for me and we'll just discuss some education and I'll help you get this into words. So how would you like me to describe what I think is going on? I can show you visually or words.
You can just tell me.
Tell you.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking is going on, we have hip flexor muscles that are deep in our pelvis here. And what they do is they help us get our knees up like that, especially when we're running. And the muscle kind of goes over your pelvis, and on this bony land spot, there's little cushions, we could think of it, filled with fluid that can help so that the muscle slides along it easier and it reduces friction. And those are called bursas, and they can get pretty angry at you if you start to increase your activity a lot, which I know we're doing with the marathon training. So what I think is gonna need to happen is kind of dial it back a little bit. I know that you have the marathon coming up, but I do want to say you're not gonna be able to run that marathon if that hip starts to hurt and really gets bad if you keep going with this. So the main thing I think is some rest, let it cool down, but still train, but just not to the extent. You don't need to do it every single day. You need to let it kind of cool down, because if you just keep doing this, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. I see that you have been taking some NSAIDs, some ibuprofen, and that's been helping, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be all right for you. Let's try to keep it to when it's hurting, take it. You don't need to overdo it, but if that's helping, let's continue with that. And then I also noticed that with some of your strength testing, we were a little weak in some directions. So that's normal because it's causing pain and the muscles are kind of squishing against it and making it bad. So what we can do is kind of work on that muscular control in lighter fashions versus full impact running. And so we can strengthen those things up pretty easily just from that. So what I'm going to do today is some soft tissue work and some stretching, and to see what we can get in anti-inflammatory techniques to try to get it to calm down a little bit and help with the pain. And then we're going to do some muscle strengthening like we said, but really light, really a lot of core based things, slight movements, and some low load stability training, which will come later. Okay, and then from there we're just going to assess it every time you come in, see what the pain is like, if it's getting better or worse, and modify it from there.
All right.
That sound all right?
Sounds good.
Okay, well I'm glad to get started.
Thanks.